Okay, so today I'm going to be explaining to you how to complete your Chapter 5 summative. You're going to be answering this question here. Why do historians classify Sumer as a civilization? For this essay, you're going to use your graphic organizer that looks like this here, and I will go into detail about that shortly. You will use your graphic organizer to write an essay explaining to me why historians classify Sumer as a civilization. You're going to need an introduction, 3 paragraphs, and a closing paragraph. So to wrap it up, I've included this checklist for you to go back and reread and make sure you have included these things when you are finished. So this is what you're going to be completing your essay on. I will show you where you may find it. You will find it on your Google Classroom. It'll look like such. And you will just type right into the document I have provided. So for this essay, you will first complete a graphic organizer. I have given you an example here. You need an introduction. It could be ancient Sumer was an incredible place that many historians call one of the world's first civilizations, or you could just start with something a little more simpler, which I believe it's a civilization because, and then give me, you're telling me about what your essay will be about. You're hooking me and making me interested in what you're going to write. So we previously had talked about 7 characteristics of a civilization. You only have to choose at least 3 out of the 7. So I feel like if I was doing this essay, would be most confident in talking about religion, government, and social structure. Here is where you're going to put your supporting evidence. For this, you don't need to write your whole essay inside the supporting evidence. This is more just a place for you to organize your thoughts. Tell me what your talking points will be. So for example, I know I'm going to want to talk about how I know Sumer had religion because they had different forms of worship. And I wrote my 3 here. I will explain them more in my essay. Their belief system. They believed the king was chosen by the gods, and they believed in many gods. So all of these are talking points that I'm going to use to support the fact that Sumer had religion. And I did the same with government and with social structure. I then left you a spot where you're going to wrap it up. So summarizing what you said in your essay, closing it up, reminding me of why you wrote the essay. So this graphic organizer is something that I'm going to give you and you will have in order to organize your thoughts. So I will now go to where you're going to get your information. I think most of you already know, but you're going to use your notes, which I have included over here as an example of my answer key, but of course yours are going to look a little bit different. So your notes, where you've gathered all your information, is going to be where you find the information you need for your graphic organizer to then complete your essay. And your essay again is going to look like this. So your notes has all of the information you are going to need to support your thinking for your essay. Of course, if you need some access to the textbook is online. You can find it right here. And there it is, along with all of the artifacts we have talked about this chapter. And the textbook is right here. So you have access to that as well if needed. Now I'm going to kind of give you a quick example of what an essay should look like, what format it is. I know many of you like to label your sections like such, but I'm going to be reading it. I will know exactly what your essay is going to be about. There is no need to add these labels. Okay? An essay is one cohesive piece of writing. So I have my introduction here. I have my first reason why Sumer is a civilization. I have my second reason, and then I have my third reason. I also wrapped it up at the end. I want to also remind you, if you see these lovely red squiggles, please make sure that you right-click and you fix your spelling. Thankfully, Google does it for you, so there is not much thinking involved. You just have to fix it for me. And I have my 5 paragraphs, my graphic organizer. So this is where you'll be writing. You will use this and this to help you complete your essay. If you have any questions for me as you are working, there's a way for you to do class comments, and I know on the student side you're able to send me private comments and I can support you there as well. You may also email me if needed. So, here you go. Please refer to this if needed to help support you with writing your short essay.